So I'm going to agree with you because, in essence, before you took those people off the table, I was going to say Barack and Michelle, and I was going to throw Beyonce and Jay-Z in there because everybody seems to think because they're making the money, those are the people that I was going to. But then when you take all those off,
before the scandal, you would have threw Diddy on there.
facts. So now it's like, who? It should be us, right? It should be. I should be the role model in my household.
But I'm talking about for the larger diaspora.
Oh yeah, for the larger.
What do we have in place to say, okay, this is where we should be going as a people? Do y'all agree? I'm speaking for us.
Right.
We don't. We have people who say they're speaking for us, but they all belong to conglomerates where they're not at the top of the food chain.
But even that, in our own household, we're not.
It's the conglomerates. It's the conglomerate's job.
Yes.
To pose this person and fashion this person to make you think they are at the top of the food chain.
When they have nothing to do with
For
it, they're robots.
let's take the Jay-Z thing. Let's take the Jay-Z thing. He's this, he's that, he's this and that. He running the Brooklyn Nets, blah, 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 blah. He advertising for the Nets and they're trying to force players. Kyrie, all that. Then you find out the percentage of the Nets that he actually has ownership in
isn't much.
What do you consider much? Is it much?
Well, I say it isn't much. There's somebody else making.
No, I'm talking about how much was his percentage?
Oh, I'm not sure.
You should Google it.
That's right.
He don't own 10. He don't own 5. But they use him to advertise it. They use him to help gentrify Brooklyn. They use him to, it's like, we don't understand these people they put in front of you have people above them who don't have our best interest at heart.
But my thing is this. So when do we start grooming our own to do what needs to be done? Even something as small, and I'm going to say small because we got to start somewhere. But even as something as small as in Columbus, grooming the young folks to start taking these seats so that we have someone that looks like us who can speak for us at the State House, in City Council.
Where does it start?
It starts at home.
It starts at home.
It starts at home.
Unfortunately.
So that tells us what?
We ain't doing our job.
We have
at
to
home.
make a better effort as a community of building healthy homes, and each home, a group of homes, make a community.
But the thing, but we're throwing buzzwords out there. Healthy. What does that look like in the black community? What does that look like in the black community? What does a healthy home look like? Because guess what? I just watched this video 2 weeks ago, and it was a black mom and a white mom. And the white mom was saying, you know, Billy, he's so full of energy, and I have to redirect him sometimes because sometimes he's a bit much. And the kids are there playing so they can hear. And the black mama saying, girl, that daggone Tommy, I can't do him. He's bad as hell. And I hear us talk like that about especially our boys often. And we don't even know why we do it. I'm going to tell you why we do it. Back in the slave days, black slave mothers said those negative things about their sons so they wouldn't be sold or killed. And as a consequence, we have continued a tradition and not know why we do it and not realize the damage that we're doing to our babies. Because their ear gate, just like y'all listening, they hear it too. And so Tommy's going to fulfill what his mom said. He's going to be a handful. He's going to be bad as hell because that's what his mother says he is. And that's what he's hearing. So when do we change that? Well, how do we change that?
Well, I'll tell you this.
We need classes.
Well, hold up. Just by the scenario you laid out, I would say there's a missing piece in that scenario.
A father?
It's the father. A healthy father who is an adequate role model. Every father is not the same.
True.
Every father is not going to make 6 figures, be 6 feet
Facts.
tall,
Facts.
have flowing, wavy hair. No. Some fathers is going to go ahead and grind, and his maximum earning power for his whole life might be $65,000 a year. But he's a good man. He love his family. He come home every day. He don't beat the mama. He teach him about respect and ethics. He teach him about morals and how to love your neighbor as you want to be loved. Like, that's what we need. There's no way we're going to meet the threshold of healthy homes in our community minus healthy couples.
Oh.
It's not going to. I don't know why we think we can manufacture.
No.
You can't reinvent the way God created it a certain way for a certain reason.
Do you think you can still have a healthy home although mom and dad are in the same house?
Or not?
Yeah.
It's possible.
I
But
believe it's
what
possible.
I'm saying to you is, why do we continue as a community to strive for the outlier? It's almost like when I used to work in a after school program, and we did athletics, mentorship, and education, and I would help kids, and certain kids played in little league football, basketball, and all that, and their parents would come up there, and I would talk to the parents. And why did all the parents, the only reason why they really push their kids really hard is because they think they're the next LeBron James.
Yep.
They think they're the next AD or something. And I would try to drive this into their head. The percentages, the likelihood of your child being the next LeBron James, they will have better luck hitting the Mega Millions.
Right.
So you
That's
need to
sad,
define.
but that's
You
true.
need to define what winning. You need to learn. Let me educate you on what winning looks like for your family. If your child stays in this sport, the only way they can stay in sports is how?
Having good grades.
Having good grades, which gets them what? Educated. So now you got the discipline in them for the academics and the athletics with physically and emotionally and mentally physical activity and striving and learning teamwork and camaraderie and sportsmanship. All these things make better people. The science don't lie. And you get into academics. If your child can stay on course and develop that to a partial or full ride school, I don't care if it's Central State. Y'all won.
Facts.
Y'all won.
That's true. That's true.
But we don't see it like that. If it's either all or nothing, all or nothing.
We
And I'm
are-
like,
we are
why do we?
all or nothing people.
So what kind?
We are.
Okay, and all or nothing. Normally, all or nothing comes
Means
from what?
nothing.
No, but what does that come from? All or nothing thinking normally comes from what? People who have been what? Traumatized. People who have resource and education and know about hard work and building slowly.
Yeah.
They don't care. They know all or nothing is, man, the likelihood of you being an all or nothing dude. It's like hitting the Mega Millions, bro.
Okay,
but it's the likelihood of you building slow and having a healthy life and a home and a wife and having healthy kids and a good family and one of the houses in a good community is way more likely if you buy into that than this. I'm the next Jay-Z. I'm the next LeBron James.
I get that,
Bro,
but
that's not
how does that manifest? Where does that start? Because guess what? The way that I see society today, and I'll never put us in one basket or another because we're everywhere, right? But at the end of the day, the community that I see, like this past summer, was nothing but trauma. Nothing but trauma. From top to bottom, from the people that were working to the children that we're working with. Nothing but trauma. I bet there weren't 2 healthy people in that whole building. So then we got these traumatized adults. Now we're trying to help traumatized kids.
Correct.
And what are we saying? Go sit your ass down somewhere. He's so bad. Like we keep giving them
An image.
all the negative stuff to keep them where they want us to stay. Where does it change? How does it change? Because I can say, oh, don't talk to him like that. He's just a baby. He don't understand. Fuck that shit. He's doing. So where do we change it? How do we change it? How do we reach the people that are reaching the little people?
Listen, I'll tell you what. For example, I could want this brother to change. What I learned from being in the counseling from addictions, right, and mental health field. You know, some of us want to be fixers, like you're a fixer.
Yeah.
But the reality when it comes to fixers, you be better off you learn sooner than later that you can't fix people. What you can do is you can give them the tools, you can give them the encouragement, but it's up to the other person. See, the problem in our community, we have an accountability problem.
Oh, absolutely.
And we got a blame problem.
Absolutely.
So people
Well, my
are
fault. I
quick to
didn't do
blame
it.
one
Yeah.
another a lot. I'm talking about some people who may even see this podcast have their own podcast and have millions of views because all they do is facilitate content that feeds the blame game.
Yeah.
It's the manosphere. It's the red pill community.
Right.
It's whatever your community is, where all the women get around each other and talk about what this one is doing and what that one is doing. But the reality is there's no accountability.
None.
And so until we get accountability, until we actually get to a place where, you know, long time ago they used to call each one teach one.
Yes.
But now you can't go each one teach one because everybody think because they got a computer in their pocket
And
they
they
know
think
everything already.
and that's where all the answers are.
Regardless of what's in front of them, they still think
when
they...
in reality, the answers really are not there.
Well, listen. Listen. Who says it's not? You have your truth, and I have my truth.
Okay, and then there's
he has his truth. He has his truth.
Everybody has their own individual truth.
Everybody has their own
what
truth.
is the truth?
How you know my family? How do you know I can have a successful home
Listen.
if I pump kids out by 10 different chicks and I don't be with none of them? I got the money.
Cam.
I could take care of all of them. How you know all of them can't be happy and healthy and whole?
Can't be. It's not possible if all you doing is pumping them out.
That's my truth.
But that's not the truth. That's your truth. That's
Oh,
not the truth.
okay.
And there is a difference.
Okay, so in our society,
my truth and the truth.
So in our society, the problem is we need to quit making truth relative. Because right now it's relative. He can view how to make a good, healthy home different than you and me. And I'm saying that's fine, but the science and the data does not lie.
Yeah.
There are certain commonalities. Even if this brother's a Muslim faith person, this person doesn't believe in nothing, they're agnostic. I'm a Christian, he's Catholic. Okay, we all got different faiths, right? However, the stats don't lie about how you produce good, healthy citizens and kids, right?
Right.
Like the stats don't lie. If your child graduates high school, let's say, graduates high school, isn't on drugs, don't have children early, and I forget the fourth thing. Mm-hmm. The percentages are so different for them being healthy, productive people than any of those other factors. One of those factors playing on another child. But we act like that's not really a thing. We act like, well, you can still make it at whatever. No, the numbers don't lie. It's not geared like that. We have to be honest. We have to be honest of what it really takes to be just a healthy family. But everybody want to win. Everybody want to, you know.
You say you have to have what it takes, but at some point, like, what may work for you may not work for me, and it may not work for him.
No,
right?
but I'm saying there are fundamental things that do work. You know, for example, let me tell you
I'm not going to disagree with you, but what I'm going to say is there's going to be somebody that says, nah, that's BS, because I can do A, B, and C, and I can still get it. I can still make it happen. But, so I guess what we need to be able to do is to define what that is. What is whole, healthy families?
Hold up. So we're saying there's not objective truth here. Everything is subjective?
I'm not, listen, here's what I'm saying. All I'm saying is, at some point, if there's these 5 things that you're talking about, right? Mm-hmm. Well, if I don't know about these 5 things, but I feel like I'm successful over here by these 4 things that I do know, what makes you a success and me a failure?
Well, hold up. So the things I gave you, I forget what the other thing was. Mm-hmm. These are just kids that seem to go on in life and be successful adults. Those things. There's nobody that can tell me to my face with a straight face that your child can have a baby in high school, or your child can get on drugs in high school, or your child cannot graduate. They have a higher success rate than the kids who don't have none of those and do. It's not a real thing. We gotta quit trying to act like everything is just your understanding, my understanding.
Right.
We gotta quit acting like we're going to produce healthy kids and healthy adults and even healthy men with broken homes.
Agreed.
Yes, it can happen. I am a byproduct of a broken home. However, it became a good home when my mom married my dad, who's not my biological father, right? So I'm a blended family child. It's possible.
Yeah.
However, how much harder is it? How much more difficult is it?
Facts.
How much more likely is it not to work? Blended families.
I agree. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just playing the devil's advocate and saying how people see things differently, right? And so what is our target? What is our mark? What are we measuring it? What's the measuring stick?
Healthy families, healthy kids, healthy adults. That's all. I ain't asking for. We're not asking for a whole bunch of money. We're not asking for the bins outside. We ain't asking for the stuff on the street. We talking about. I could see you walk down the street and you just got basic common decency and respect for the next person. Mm-hmm. You know, you're taking care of yourself. You're not involved in high risk activity, right? You're trying to be a civil person in the community. You don't solve all your problems with violence or violent terms, things that are threatening, like just basic stuff that apparently a lot of other communities know how to do pretty decent and we don't.
I agree.
That's the thing. But in our community, we feel like we so flavorful. We got all these other special things about black people that we can just make something. We can make something out of nothing. I can't tell because we still 13% of this population like we've always been. While there's people that come across the border that by the year 2035 will be a higher population than us, Hispanics.
Yeah.
Why? Because they believe in family and community.
They do.
They believe it.
They do.
Yes. Do they have gangs? Yes.
Yeah.
Do they have drugs? Yes.
Yeah.
But do they believe in family and community?
I think that's at the top of their list. I think that's at the top of their list. But they're not the only.
We don't.
No, we don't. They will all live. 15 people will live in one house, and they'll put that money together, and then these two can branch out and get their own house, and they'll bring some more people over.
Are they the only community that does it?
I was
because
talking about
Somalians do that.
Yes, they do.
We don't.
Ethiopians do it.
Okay.
Anywhere from the continent of Africa does it.
We don't.
Jewish people do it.
Okay.
We don't want to live with family.
No, because we want to show everybody.
We can do
I
it.
do better than you. I want to do what I just want to do what I want.
I'm gonna do me.
I'm gonna do it my way.
I'm gonna do me.